The early days of One Piece built its foundation on Devil Fruit powers, but as we went deeper into the anime, Haki was introduced and it became one of the most important abilities you need to succeed in this world of powerful pirates. We have 3 different types of Haki, but today we will only be looking at the rarest form, which is Conqueror's Haki, and I'll reveal to you what I think are the 10 best moments where it was displayed and showcased. Fresh from the 2-year time skip, the Straw Hat Captain was still a mystery to us. Matter of fact, the entire crew was a mystery, so we truly didn't know what to expect from them. However, I believe it is safe to say we had some high expectations since they went away for such a long time, and the payoff in this scene was highly satisfying. Pre-time skip, Luffy wasn't able to control this power, but training with Rayleigh enabled him to gain mastery over this ability, and he was able to knock out 50,000 fishmen with a single technique. Fishman Island may be one of the more hated arcs, but you cannot say it didn't deliver some impressive moments. What makes this confrontation between Luffy and Doflamingo so great is because of Doffy's arrogance and overconfidence. Doflamingo was and is powerful, but in the early stages of his fight with Luffy, he didn't really take Luffy that serious, but this moment opened his eyes somewhat more to the talents of the Straw Hat Captain. You could also say that this was one of the best last minute saves that One Piece has ever given us. Luffy vs Katakuri will be in most One Piece fans' top 10 fights, and this small display is one of the reasons why this was such a gripping and intense fight. However, the reason why I gravitate so much towards this face-off is because it was so satisfying to see Katakuri's sister shut up. At this point, she was irritating me with how she was hyping up Katakuri as this unbeatable fighter and downplaying Luffy as a weakling, but the future Pirate King displayed that there was so much more to him that meets the eye as he unleashed his power and even knocked out the arrogant Flambe in the process. Silver's Rayleigh is one of those guys we rarely get to see, but almost every time he gets screen time, he does something very impressive. I keep saying this and I will continue to say this until I get proven wrong, but Marshall D. Teach is an end of the story type of villain. He has the tools, goals and drive to be Luffy's final opponent in the quest for the One Piece. So with saying that, I'm just saying that Blackbeard is a legit threat. However, while Teach is a dangerous individual, Rayleigh, a man almost twice his age, was still able to make him reconsider his entire mission of taking down Boa Hancock. Admirals have the distinct reputation of being very powerful. We have witnessed on many different occasions just how mind-blowing their abilities can be. So with them being so highly regarded in the One Piece universe, it makes the next scene so much more impressive. Greenbull is no slouch. In fact, he heavily made his presence felt the second he entered Wano, but Shanks made him look like some random vice admiral without even being in an actual fight with him. You know, the thing that makes this entire situation so mind-blowing is because Shanks wasn't even in the presence of Greenbull. He was quite far away, but he was still able to put the fear of God into someone who is considered to be one of the strongest forces that the Navy has to offer. I've always said to myself that when Luffy is able to replicate what Shanks and Whitebeard did by splitting the sky, you will be Admiral or Yonko level, and I truly didn't think I would see this happen in Wano. Luffy has really come a long way since the East Blue. We have seen him do wonderful things over time. We have seen him lose battles, we have seen him win battles, but this moment signified to me that Luffy has finally stepped up to the elite ranks in the One Piece power system. One thing that One Piece loves to do is introduce a character to you, but then will have you literally grow old before you finally get to see a glimpse of what that character is capable of. But fortunately, the Wano arc blessed us with this wonderful flashback that involved both Roger and Whitebeard in their primes, and we finally got to see a short but sweet showcase of what these monsters could actually do. What makes this clash stand out to me amongst the other clashes of the sword is that these two didn't split the clouds, they practically blew the clouds out of the sky. And this was more of a friendly fight. Lord knows what could have happened if both of these guys were coming to fight with hostile intentions. At this stage of One Piece, we had experienced many mind-blowing things, but this would be the first time we ever witnessed something of this magnitude. Before we even get to the epic encounter between Whitebeard and Shanks, the entrance of the captain of the Red Hair Pirates alone was a thing of beauty. His presence on its own was crazy because him walking up to Whitebeard was enough to knock out a large number of the low-ranked Whitebeard pirates. He even physically damaged the ship with his Haki output alone. Then we got to witness the first class of Haki that was so powerful that it split the sky itself. It didn't come across so flashy as how the newer animation portrays encounters like these, but it remains my favorite because this was our first introduction into the strength of a Yonko. This was the fourth time that our protagonist let his latent power loose, and it was surely the most impactful display of King's Haki at the time. Not only saving Ace from execution, but also unconsciously sending a message to all the powerhouses at Marineford. Luffy wasn't ready yet for a fight like the Paramount War, but this made a big statement. Even characters like Okiji, Kizaru, Akainu and Whitebeard were surprised and somewhat shocked at what the rookie pirate at the time was capable of and will be capable of doing in the future. When it comes to Conqueror's Haki displays, most people only try to focus on what is most flashy. There is of course nothing wrong with over-the-top moments because there are quite a few over-the-top moments included in this video, but I also try to zoom in on what is really important and how these scenes actually make me feel. Luffy was basically dying after a crushing defeat by the hands of Magellan and his Doku Doku no Mi powers. He was essentially immobile at this point, but his will to fight wouldn't just let him lie idly by while the wolves of Impel Down were trying to kill his friend. And moments like these is why Luffy has grown to become my favorite anime character, because even while he was on the verge of death, he still tried to fight, and with his never give up attitude, he unconsciously released his dormant powers and saved Bon Clay. This is a heavily overlooked moment, but I would pick something small like this over many incredible feats any time of the day. If you have come this far in the video, you most likely think I'm an absolute nutcase because there are so many more extravagant things that easily overshadow this one, but you have to remember this video isn't exactly about the most powerful Conqueror's Haki moments. It's about the best. But hey man, that is it. This is View with Ice. Thanks for watching and be sure to subscribe.